2021 was a hard year for conservatives. We lost the Senate and the White House. We've been censored, banned, and mandated out of polite society, and targeted for political purposes by government institutions. But it's a brand new year, full of possibilities. 2022 will be much better, believe me. What better way to start off the year than to tell you 3 reasons why you should be excited for 2022. Let's get into it. Like I said in my last video, December saw the Supreme Court take up the case of Dobbs v. Jackson. This year, we will get a decision in that very case. So please, join me in praying every day that the court make the right decision and overturn the weak, unconstitutional, and terrible precedent set by Roe v. Wade. Now, why should you be excited? Once Roe v. Wade is overturned, or at least significantly weakened, it is not the end of our movement. It is just the beginning. This will be a massive win for the pro-life cause, sparking huge growth and lending the movement massive momentum as our goals become closer and closer in reach. Now we will have to go through every state and elect people on platforms that include outlawing abortion at the state level. State legislature races, as well as governor races, will be extremely important over the next decade. These are the people who will be able to affect the change required to protect life in each state. This is our generation's moral issue. This is our generation's slavery. And just like in those times, just as Abraham Lincoln said, a house divided against itself cannot stand. We must first build up that division so that one day, when the movement has grown in each and every state, we will guarantee the right to life federally in a constitutional amendment. But until that day comes, until life is protected in each and every state of this union, we will have plenty to fight for. And it all begins with a hopeful victory in 2022 for the state of Mississippi in the Supreme Court case of Dobbs v. Jackson. 2022 is a midterm year, but November is not our priority. The priority elections are coming up much sooner, the primaries. The 2022 GOP primaries are probably the most important elections that our generation will have had the opportunity of participating in thus far. November will not matter if we send a bunch of weak GOP neocons into office in the mold of Mitch McConnell and Lindsey Graham. I do not care if Republicans hold power while 90% of them are total losers. Just repeating the MAGA slogan is not enough. We need a complete embrace of the spirit of 2016. Ideally, the Trump energy with a Pat Buchanan-esque platform. We need to ensure authentic conservative nationalists win their primaries. This is the only way we can ensure an authentic red wave in November when that day comes. To Joe Kent, J.D. Vance, Blake Masters, Mo Brooks, Anthony Sabatini, Carrie Lake, Don Huffines, and many more, we are praying for you. Stay strong, stick to your principles, trust in God, and we will take back our country. It's so true that 2022 is going to be the year of content. Not just on this channel, but boy am I excited for what we have planned for this year. But many of my other friends are also ramping up their content production for this year. I know that the American Populist Union will continue with our regularly scheduled uploads, making bigger and better videos more and more frequently. Other great content creators are launching their own websites to host exclusive content that is decentralized from YouTube, where they can speak more frequently without those big tech oligarchs getting in the way. Doyle might finally release his Locker Room Talk podcast, but he's also assured me that it has evolved into a very complicated animal and that it is taking him time to make it imminent, whatever that means. Joking aside, there will be a lot of great content this year, and hopefully it serves a purpose. We want to inspire and educate the boys on what is really going on, so that everyone can get involved in taking back our country. This is only one way of spreading our message and growing our influence, but there are many other ways to do this. There are organizations training us to infiltrate the institutions. There are many events you can attend and connections you can make. But one of the most important things that anyone can do is to talk to your friends and family and help them understand exactly what is happening to our country. So watching content is great, but sharing that content to help spread the word is even more important. As John has said in the past, if we get 100,000 young men into the positions of power in the institutions ready to be activated, there is very little the left can do to stop us from taking back our country. So each time you see a based piece of content, whether it be mine, John's, Badan's, the APU, or anyone else's, really think about who could benefit from it and share that video with a friend. Okay, I know I said 3 reasons, but I'm going to include this one as a bonus because it may happen and it may not. The return of classic Trump. We all know Trump in 2016 and his early days in office was a very different Trump from the guy we saw run for re-election in 2020. His messaging was completely different, brought far closer in line with the establishment than he ever was in his first campaign. Trump ran on fighting back against the corporate elites in 2016 and making America great again. In 2020, he called Joe Biden a socialist and focused on the economy. Very establishment talking points. It is likely a contributing factor to what happened in 2020. Not saying it's the main thing that happened during that election, but 2016 Trump would have held on to the Rust Belt despite COVID in a way 2020 Trump just couldn't. Trump, since stepping away from many of his advisors, has seemed to be on the rebound in late 2021, calling for the resignation of Mitch McConnell and butting heads with GOP House Leader Kevin McCarthy. He still suffers from loyalty blindness, but he seems to be returning to his roots, attacking both sides. I hope we see more stuff like this during the primaries and going into November as well. If everything goes according to plan, we should hear the Trump 2024 announcement speech just in time for the end of the year. So, there you have it, folks. 3.5 reasons why 2022 is going to be a great year for us and our movements. I can't wait to watch it all happen. So stay strapped in because 2022 is bound to be an interesting ride. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, hit that subscribe button, click the bell for notifications, and share the video with a friend. All I've been up to lately is working on videos, so stay tuned for more great content. Also, it is that time of year again, across the nation, when cities are holding their annual March for Life. If you can go, I highly recommend it, especially this year, which is so important for the pro-life movement. I will be at the Chicago March for Life this Saturday. Hope to see some of you there. But until next time, take care and God bless America.